Hello everyone, this is the Addicted Bookworm, and I'm kind of like, oh my god, my hair looked like something out of an alien movie. Um, happy Thursday everybody. Um, so I got two videos that are, I think either one's already, no, I got two videos coming out, um, today. It's my Nook vlog episode number 4 and a review of Dragon Prince. So I am currently listening to um, All Systems Red by Martha Wells on Spotify. I got paid today, which is why I've got premiums on Spotify, and I got it because it's not Amazon. I got it because Spotify was downloaded to my phone, and it was like I'm on a 3 month trial, so I'm trying it out for 3 months, and then after that, I can decide if I want to keep it or not. The premium, not the basic free thing. Um, I said to myself, no sooner does that money appear, but voila, I am going to. So I think that in this case, Um, I get paid every Thursday instead of every Friday. Not going to complain at all. I am very happy about that. So yay, I get paid. I get paid like if it's on the week my brother gets paid, I get paid the day after he gets paid. So, but yeah, I ordered some stuff from Amazon. Yeah, I know. I said I wasn't going to do that, but I needed. It's called a cap cage, and um, it's for basically you have a hat and you can put it in the washer or you can put it in the dishwasher, and so when it arrives tomorrow, I'm going to be doing some laundry and I'm going to put my cap in there, clean it. So yeah, so it's like I'm going to be washing my cap like once a week to keep it, so it doesn't. I don't look like one of those like homeless truckers that used to work, and now I wear something to kind of show off that one time I had been employed. Um. Yeah, I am very happy about that. So my impression of I'm on chapter 1 of the book, and my I've never read this book or listened to this book in my life, and I'm like, I really like I really want to see what the big deal is about this series. Why do people like it so much? And I'm like, I'm willing to give it a try and everything. And I know people are going to say, well, you only get like 15 hours a month to listen to an audiobook. At least with Audible, you can listen to it as long as you want. And yes, that's true. I can do that. But in all honesty, um, when I start an audiobook, very rarely ever finish it in like a week or a setting or whatever. I don't know if it's because I prefer to listen to my audiobooks on Libby, but I am willing to accept the 15-hour a month cap because I just have a lot of other, like, I will be like reading other books and things like things like that. Um, so as far as like the Murderbot Diaries are concerned, I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to listen to it when I'm going to work. I'm going to listen to it when I come back from work. I can walk in from work. So that's not a problem. I did buy my first Nook book that I bought in like I believe 3 months, and I was actually on this one guy's YouTube channel, and I actually ordered um um let's see here. um It was A Shadow in Summer, Long Prize Quartet, #1. So that's the book that I got from my Nook. So I'm done with my purchase. Actually, no, I want to get the new Kingfish book, but I'm gonna wait till after I pay my rent portion for next month before I do that. Um, but anyways, I should have enough money to like get lunch, eat at work, things like that. So I know people are going to be like saying to me, well, you're not really reading that book. You're just listening to a performance on Spotify or on Audible and everything. And um, personally, I don't I don't really care. I mean, I don't know if I've done a video um like this before. If I have, I'm sorry if I'm repeating anything. But I think that the hatred that people have for audiobooks, they're not in that position where they have to use that service. So, like, my mother, God rest her soul, she hated reading books. She absolutely hated it. She considered reading to be this worthless um, pursuit. I mean, when she was younger, she read a lot. And I think I mentioned in one of my videos that my grandmother beat that out of her. And apparently, abusing your child is totally okay to do that because they're doing something that you personally don't approve of or don't understand. And I also believe it's not an excuse to do child abuse. It's not. Don't get that twisted. I'm not saying that it's good to abuse a child. It's not. But she was born in a time when that girls were not, she did not know how to read and write. I don't even know if she went to school. I honestly don't know if she went to school at all. And I'm not going to make assumptions that she did go to school, because at school you would learn how to read and write. I'm going to pretty much guess she did not go to school. Did not. At all. I just, my mama told me that, her mother did not know how to read and write. And I guess the Social Security Administration made, like, exceptions for people like my grandmother. Um, I, I, I'm not an expert on that period of American history. So, my mother didn't read. She read because went to the Air Force during Vietnam. No, she did not go to Vietnam. That was my father's lovely honor. Yeah, she read. She had to read to understand. But my mother, as she got, like, older, she absolutely turned her viral hatred towards reading. She absolutely could not stand reading. So I would tell her about these books I was reading, and she made a comment. She said, I don't know why you even waste your time on this particular pointless activity. Um, you know, um, she was like really angry about it. She was like, we don't read, like my brother does not read. Take that back. He reads this much. He reads like this much. He has a book that he got 2 years ago, and he hasn't even finished, like, chapter 2. That is how much he does not read. He just, I mean, it will take him, I think, to read one book, it will take probably about 60 years to read one book. Because he just was not raised. He was not raised in a reading household. And it's sad. It's sad. I mean, my brother can read and write, and he can read and write. But if he does sit down and read a book, it's going to be a computer book. He has no desire for science fiction, fantasy, anything like that. He will watch a movie that's based on a book, and that's how he knows about the book. But he will not read. So I was like, okay, there has got to be a way to introduce my mother to literature. There has to be a way to introduce my mother to literature. And I went to the library, and I was telling the librarian about how much my mother hates reading. Now, don't get me wrong, my mother supported libraries. She absolutely did. She did go to the building. I swear, I was kind of afraid that her body was going to melt when she touched the doorknob. But it didn't. So she was like, well, does your mother like to listen to stuff? Because I was like, well, she loved listening to Harry Potter. Please don't send no hate. On audiobook. And she's like, well, maybe we should try that again. Because, anytime they could get somebody to at least listen to something, they were all for it. So I checked out a book called The Cat Who Could Read Backwards by Lillian Jackson Braun, because my mother was a huge cat fan. She loved little cats. So I go and bring this thing home. And I told her, I said, you are going to read a book. And she looked at me and goes, no, I'm not. No, you cannot make me read a book. I don't. I hate reading. I hate reading. I said, how the hell did you pass your driving test? Oh, I had to read. I said, there you go. I always ask that question to people that cannot stand reading. How the hell did you pass your driving test? And I pose that question to the dumbest man I've ever met in my dang freaking life. I said, how did you pass your test? Well, they had videos. That's not that. I'm surprised you haven't crashed into anybody. I'm surprised. Tell me something. Was it in like 5-second snippets? He goes, no. I said, yeah, I know why, because your mama would have hit you in the back of the head if you did. Like, serious. I would look at him like, I am not going into any kind of vehicle that you're in it. No way. And I never accepted a ride from him because I didn't trust that he knew what he was doing. So I put the tape, it was actually a CD at this point. I put the CD, I had bought a CD player so that my mother could listen to music and also listen to the radio. And I put it in there, and I am like, okay, you're going to read this book. You're going to enjoy literature. So I go, press play, and all of a sudden, this man's voice pops through there. And I swear, the moment that his voice spoke, my mother dropped everything, and she was like, I think she was fascinated by his voice. And she listened to the whole book. She listened to the whole book. And that was a beautiful thing. So I returned it back to the library. And the library, well, did she listen to it? Oh, yeah. And then after that, I got everyone afterwards, up until Lillian Jackson Braun passed away, and that was a very sad day. And I told Mom, so, there won't be more Kitty Who books because Lillian Jackson Braun passed away. And she was pretty upset about it. She was like, I said, but, we'll always have the ones we got. But that's the thing. That's the thing that really gets me about people that attack audiobooks, is they do not see the merit in it. They see it as this stupid, pointless, dumb thing. That, oh yeah, reading physical books is better, and then you have them attacking ebooks. Oh, ebooks are not the same as physical books. Audiobooks are not the same as physical books. Audiobooks do not count as reading, yada, yada, yada. And I looked at them, I said, well, apparently you have never lived with a 59-year-old woman who hates thinks that reading a book is going to turn her into a liberal, and you need to get her to read something so she doesn't lose whatever brain cells she still has left. Audiobooks, for my mother, was the only way she was going to read a book. The only way she was going to read a book. We as a society needs to stop valuing one thing over another. Yes, physical books are great. They're great because you can read them, and they're the oldest medium of communication, next to what was painted on cave walls during the whatever age. But audiobooks, for people that are blind, for people that hate the idea of going through a book, this is such an invaluable item. And, it's stupid. It absolutely is stupid. So, for people that are told that you're not reading, what you listen to is not reading because, I'm like, no, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Just listen to your audiobooks and all that. And I am looking forward to listening to this one. Like I said, I'm on chapter 1, and there's a total of 7 chapters in this book. If I like this book, I will be getting it on. I will actually be buying it as a physical edition. But let me kind of correct that. I do have it in my cart. So, anyways, I am going to end it there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, keep on reading. Bye.